Well, she's back. Hillary Clinton playing the blame game once again, this time over the Russian uranium deal.
I would say it's the same baloney they've been peddling for years, and there's been no credible evidence by anyone. Trump and his allies, including Fox News, are really experts at distraction and diversion.
You say Fox News. What about the other news outlets? Since the story broke on Tuesday, ABC, CBS, and NBC have spent a total of, get to, 0 minutes covering the deal.
That's a good graphic right there, just 0. Here to react is Dan Gaynor of the Media Research Center. Dan, thanks for joining us. So, Fox has been willing to cover a story that broke about what happened in 2010 when she was the Secretary of State, which has ties potentially to the Clinton Foundation and money and what looked like shady dealings. No one else will touch it. Why is that?
Well, you can tell this is a uranium scandal because the media are treating it like it's radioactive. They don't want to touch it. As you said, an inconvenient narrative. That's an understatement. So what you've got is the Hill breaks his story talking about millions of dollars potentially going to the Clinton Foundation. You've got a $500,000, I can't even imagine, a $500,000 speaking deal for former President Bill Clinton in Russia. This is the story the media don't want to touch because it defies what they want to talk about.
Yeah, you say it defies what they want to talk about, but at the same point, that the same people in politics are there now that are investigating the Russian ties with what they say is the administration. And so why won't they do the same thing to do is at least investigate? Just talk about it. We're not saying that it's guilt by association. We're just saying maybe you take a look at it.
Well, you look at the media coverage of Russia. Through summer, ABC, CBS, and NBC evening news shows did 415 minutes on the Russia scandal, but 94% of it was negative. And so if you start throwing in things that would make Trump look good, because basically we finally got, we can point fingers at one of the presidential candidates linked to Russia scandal. It's not Trump, it's Hillary, and they don't want to talk about that.
Well, to your point, Politico did a poll, and people wonder why there's such an erosion of trust of the media, and President Trump calls it the fake news media. It's because people feel like it's being made up. Look at this poll from Politico. Do major news outlets fabricate stories about President Trump? 46% of Americans believe they do. You add that to the unsure.
Of 17%.
That's over 50%, almost 60% of Americans saying my news might be fake.
Well, ultimately, you look at the problem isn't just the made-up stories, like the Washington Post story about Russia hacking the power grid. It's not just stories like that. It is the problem of omission.
And
the stories like this that they won't cover.
Right. Dan Gaynor, thanks a lot. Appreciate your expertise. More Fox and Friends on the other side.